Well, the grand plan for KCIM Sports Rewind today was to talk about a great NBA championship for Nick Nurse and the Toronto Raptors. All right, what's plan B, guys?
That's why we don't plan things. That's why this is an unscripted show.
We came this close to be to talking about that.
Leonard, back up Van Fleet. Van Fleet kicks it out Lowry. Lowry for the win. Won't go. And there'll be a Game 6 in Oakland.
Yeah, unfortunately, that tip by Draymond Green at the end, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, that and the three, I think that...
Steph Curry.
No, wasn't Steph.
Klay Thompson?
Klay Thompson, yeah, sorry. I'm kind of out of it this morning. The three that Klay Thompson hit last night was pretty big.
You notice he's throwing this morning?
You know why? Because he just got out of bed. That's why. He just rolled out of bed.
I did. I absolutely... The other way? There we go. All
right. You sure people don't want
to to see me today because I might be nodding off and hitting the microphone.
You sure people don't want to look at the mic instead of Jeff?
It was a tough game last night, though. It seemed like the Warriors would pull ahead, Toronto would come back, and then finally, the horrible injury by Kevin Durant last night. Ugh. You got to feel sorry for that. He came out, hit a couple of three-pointers at the beginning of the game. You're thinking, Durant's back, and he's at full strength. Then the Achilles injury happened, and boy, that just changed everything, I think, for the Warriors. They're thinking for the games 6 and 7.
It did, and I will say this, too. Embarrassed for the Toronto fans last night, which have been great.
Yeah.
The fact that they were cheering his injury early on last night.
A few, yeah.
It wasn't a few. It was a vast majority of the crowd. In fact, their players had to go out and stop them.
I did not see that.
Well, you wonder if they're thinking it's just that calf and didn't realize, but still it's an injury.
It's an injury.
And the worst part about that injury, that's a really tough injury to come back from.
Yep.
You're looking at probably at least a year of just rehab alone before you're doing anything. So that's a tough injury.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll come back. And, that was a bad situation all the way around. I thought it was really cool the way the Raptors players kind of got out on the floor right away and shut their crowd up and got them to understand the seriousness of the situation.
Yeah, I did not see that part, and I didn't see any replays of that.
It wasn't the clap of, oh, we hope you're okay. It was an all-out roar of cheer throughout the entire building that he was injured and stuff. So I
got to watch some of it. Neat press box over in Denison.
No,
you got the air conditioned, so every time I turned, they were down. So I think it's probably good for them when I quit watching, because then all of a sudden they come roaring back. They were down 10 most of the time I turned. But that's interesting when you're able to watch basketball during a baseball broadcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's always fun. I noticed there was a former teammate of Nick Nurse's, I think, on the sideline. Wearing a Kemper jersey on the sidelines.
You got a picture posted on Facebook
with
Drake?
Yeah, I've actually got it right here on my phone that somebody sent to me last night during the game. So I'll put it up here, and we'll see if people can get that.
I'm not sure if we can get that, but that was pretty cool. I saw that last night as well. But so we were hoping to talk about an NBA championship, but they got to go back Game 6 now to Oakland, which is never an easy place to win. You got to think, though, the Warriors, they're feeling pretty bruised and battered right about now.
I would say they're kind of out of gas. Even watching them walk off the floor last night, and watching their general manager kind of break down talking about Durant. This team might have been a team that had that one last gasp as a champion, and they are a great team. One last gasp to send it back home. But the other thing is it's hard to believe that they can go 0-3 at home, though, in the NBA Finals this year, and that would be if they lost Game 6. They would be 0-3 at home.
But when you watch it, Durant was able to take a lot of the pressure off Steph Curry.
Yes.
And get him some fresher legs.
Yeah.
Well, you watch him at the end of the games, and he's amazing, but he's worn out. He's done. And I think that's what Toronto's able to do, is just run him ragged, and by the end of the game, he's not able to hit those shots.
And that's, on the other hand, it wouldn't totally shock me to see Game 7. I mean, I can easily see Game 7 happening. It reminds me like when the Celtics were doing I used to watch NBA basketball, and the Celtics were good. Larry Bird, McHale.
Yes.
And when they started to decline, that's what happened. The injuries started to take a toll, and it's just the wear of the playoff run and the 7-game series and all of that. The Warriors are starting to look a little like that.
You think about it, 5 straight years in the NBA Finals, 5 straight years now they've had a longer season than anybody else besides Cleveland with LeBron James over those 4 years that he was there, and those two met in the NBA Finals. So, yeah, there's a little bit of an exhaustion probably setting in for them. But give Nick Nurse a lot of credit. I mean, you watch the game plans he's put together. Everybody thinks that Golden State is this team that's up and down shooting threes. They kind of run you out of the building when they get going. Toronto's been the quicker team. They've been the faster team. They've been the team pushing the tempo. They've done to Golden State what Golden State generally does to everybody else, and that's coaching. That's absolutely coaching. He has been masterful throughout most of this NBA Finals.
Their defense has been really good. I mean, a game was 106-105 last night, but you're never going to hold the Warriors down to 80 points a game.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, he's won everywhere he's gone.
Yeah, he has.
The guy's a winner.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
Yep, so they go to Game 6 coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I do need to say this. I've had a lot of people asking me over the last month, why we haven't had Nick Nurse on Rewind on a Tuesday morning. He's a little bit busy right now, folks. We had him on back during the preseason after he had gotten the job and in the summer and stuff. The conversation, he's busy through the season. We've kind of left him alone. We'll get together with him coming up after the NBA Finals. It might not be the week after the NBA Finals,
It might be a few months down the road.
Yeah, but, we're just trying not to pester him too much because he's getting bothered by a lot of national media and everything else all the time. So you kind of want to let the guy kind of focus on the job and stuff. But, we certainly will talk with Nick Nurse again. We've had him on this show before, and we certainly aren't done talking to him, that's for sure.
I can tell you for one thing, if my phone goes off and it IDs Jeff Blankman, I take that phone call right away. There's no waiting about it, man. Jeff's calling. I'm on there.
Oh, really? I got a swipe button. You usually don't know words he's sending me now.
Do not contact order.
Yeah, I figured you were going to say you had my number blocked.
Oh, no, not at all. So, we will get a hold of Nick, but it's ridiculous to think that he's going to join us during the season and during the midst of all of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude is chasing a world championship.
Yeah.
We're going to let him go.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will have him on and stuff, but it'll be at a little bit of a later date.
The scary part is knowing Nick, he would probably figure out a way to do it.
He probably would, yep.
Maybe record at some point. He'd probably make time, but again, I applaud you guys that not even pushing that. Just let him go ahead and do what he does, and we'll talk to him later.
He's got bigger fish to fry. Yeah. He's got to figure out how to win.
We're pretty big fish. Look over here at the camera. I'm pretty big fish.
Has he seen the numbers for Rewind? Does he know that?
We get a lot of viewers here late.
Yeah.